Hello, I'm Gaia Vince and welcome to my Homuseum. Today's object is a form of forest, a rock made from the carcasses of plants that once grew strong and green, providing food and home and nesting material for long extinct dead animals. Their roots thrusting into lush soils and wetlands, and their leaves exchanging air molecules and capturing the sunlight from that long ago time. Then, like a spell cast on this ancient vibrancy, this enchanted forest was petrified, turned over millions of years of pressure and heat into this shiny black rock. This is a special kind of rock though. It's combustible. It's coal. So people have been burning coal for thousands of years. We know that the Chinese were using it 3,500 years ago, and Britain's coal fields were mined by the Romans, if not before. In the Americas, the Aztecs burnt coal and also carved it for jewellery. Coal is a very concentrated store of the sun's energy that those growing plants captured during their lives. And when we burn it, we release this stored energy as firelight and heat. We could burn the living plants instead, but even once wood has been dried out, and this takes energy if you do it in an oven, you still only get a fraction of the energy of coal for the same weight or volume of the fuel. Nevertheless, chopping down trees is usually much easier and cheaper than mining rocks out of the ground. So for most of human history, people have made wood fires rather. But this changed during the Industrial Revolution in Britain, which needed enormous amounts of coal to power steam engines, heat buildings, and not long after to generate electricity. Technological innovations during this time meant that getting industrial amounts of coal out of the ground, God, it's very dirty, that getting so much coal out of the ground became easier and relatively safer. So coal became cheap at a time when wood was becoming scarcer because we chopped so many trees down. And by the turn of the 19th century, Great Britain was producing 10 million tonnes of coal. In 1886, the world's first coal-powered, steam-driven electric power station was opened at Holborn Viaduct in London. It had a 27-tonne generator, which was enough to light 1,000 lamps. So cheap energy has improved the lives of billions of people. But burning coal is a filthy business. I mean, just even touching it. Its extraction ruins landscapes and pollutes rivers and soils, even removing mountaintops in some parts of the world. Burning coal pollutes the air, blackens buildings and lungs, and has created some of the worst smogs in history, causing millions of early deaths worldwide. And just as burning coal releases the fossil plants' captured sunlight, so it also releases the carbon dioxide that the plants absorb during their photosynthesis in their lifetime. So carbon dioxide is invisible to us, but it's not invisible to sunlight in the infrared spectrum. So instead of the sunlight shining onto the Earth and then bouncing back through the air and out into space, the carbon dioxide molecules in the atmosphere trap some of that energy in the atmosphere as heat. More than 1.5 trillion tonnes of carbon dioxide have been released by humans into the atmosphere since the Industrial Revolution. And this invisible gas is warming our planet and changing our climate. That's why we need to leave our fossil forests in the past, where they belong.